In addition to putting the band together, the musical director is also in charge of putting the vocalists together. There it is. There it is. We did an audition process and we got some stellar vocalists.
We put together a group of people that I think comes closest to giving Michael the sound that he's used to, because it helps him to have that as a bed for him to sing to.
I did a lot of session work, but this is the biggest thing I've done. It's just an amazing experience.
It's challenging. Every song is such an extraordinary combination of music and dance and kicks my butt, but it's really cool.
The chemistry between us is wonderful, and you can't beat that.
I really was concentrating on the band, and I need somebody to help me bring into the fold some more singers. And so my first choice for this tour was Dorian Holley.
Michael Bearden called me one day. He asked me if I was interested in putting a group together for this tour. I said, yeah, I'd be happy to put together a group.
He has a lot of attention to detail that I like. He's the vocal coach for American Idol, among other things that he does.
Like most people that do this for a living, I started singing very young.
Pop it up, pop it up. Gotta pop it up. 1, 2, 3, go!
The first music that I heard was in church, Calvary Baptist Church in Santa Monica. And I would sing harmony to whatever they were singing. My sister tells me I could always do that.
Dorian has worked with MJ on a few tours before, so he kind of knows what Michael wants to have behind him and how he wants to color Michael's voice.
From '87 up until this one, I've been lucky enough to do all of Michael's solo tours. And the very year of Michael Jackson's first solo tour, I met who would become my best friend, Daryl Finnessy. So, the first person I called was Daryl for this tour.
I've worked with Michael in the past. I worked with him on his other tours. So to be asked to come back again is certainly an honor.
When you have to do something this all-encompassing as Michael Jackson's music is, I need somebody to kind of cover my back. And anything that I might miss, Daryl is right on top of.
Started as a choir boy. It was a choice between becoming an altar boy or choir boy. And so I was in the choir, St. Joseph's Church. At that time, we used to sing in Latin. I kind of think of myself as an artist, as a storyteller. I mean, I also act and I write. I co-wrote the theme song for Frasier, those lyrics and melody.
Michael has a very high voice, as we all know, and Daryl, he can match him note for note with MJ, and so he fits quite well.
It's said that he's, one of the most phenomenal entertainers of all time. So to be a part of that is, to be a part of entertainment history.
Okay. Hey.
We did an exhaustive audition process.
Hey.
And out of that process came Judith Hill.
My friend said that Michael Jackson is looking for singers, and he put my name and referred me in.
Dorian, do you need anything that we need to do or that you want to happen?
Yeah, I thought that we might audition Judith like 3 more times, maybe.
Dorian called me and said, man, we got this girl. You're really going to love her. So we came down and I heard Judith. I was like, yeah. She sang and she played guitar. She played piano. I just thought she was wonderful.
Well, both of my parents were musicians, so growing up I was in a musical family. Being in LA, I've spent the last couple years doing a lot of sessions.
Whereas my first tour with Michael Jackson was only my second gig in the music business. It's really kind of cool now to be on this gig and have Judith come in and I'll be a mentor to her to try to help her navigate through how to do a gig like this.
Michael, I just can't stop loving you.
I just can't stop loving you. Let me know when you're ready, my friend.
I'm doing a duet with Michael on I Just Can't Stop Loving You. It's just an amazing experience to be on stage with him. He's such an amazing artist. I just can't stop loving you. I mean, it's the biggest thing I've done, and it's the most exciting thing. It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics It's a love song, it's a love story, and to sing with him, the passion he gives to me, and just going back and forth with that, it's just a wonderful experience to be a part of, to be up there on stage singing that song. It's very cool. I mean, I'm just honored to be that person to sing with Michael there.
That's new. Tight. I know. I don't know what it is. Dude, do we have to pop up through there?
That's where we come up.
That's where we go.
We also have Ken Stacy, who Dorian brought in, and Ken fits in quite well.
The phone rang out of the blue at midnight, and it was Dorian. I was like, Dorian, what's going on? It's like, hey man, what do you think about touring with Michael Jackson? Whoa. I had no idea that I was going to have a profession as a singer, a musician. I knew I loved doing it, but that was not my aim. And I went to Cal State Northridge, which had an amazing music program. I was actually studying for law, psychology degree, and economics. And I had some friends that were what would later be some very successful musicians. They would invite me out to sing with them at gigs, and then one thing led to another, and that was the beginning. My education was just kind of doing it, being out there with amazing musicians and kind of trial by fire. As singers, Daryl Finnessy, Dorian Hawley, and Judith Hill, they are extraordinary singers. And Michael Bearden, so to be a part of that group is quite an honor.
My working relationship with the vocalists is just marginally different than how I work with the musicians. I like repetition. I like for people to do their homework. Obviously, it's a different instrument if we do this as opposed to the instrument here. So I don't push them as much as I do the band.
How does it feel?
Usually Dorian will take them for me as I'm working the band, and he'll go work on specific things that I want them to get, and notes that I get from MJ. I need this lower note on this song, or I need a little bit different color.
It's almost as if the two are opposites. The one's really long and swoopy, and short, and the first one he actually closes eventually. The second one he does is how. Don't say how. Don't even say how.
Okay.
How does it? Because I think all of us together makes it sound like that.
Sure.
Take my name and just let me. How does it feel?
One of the things I love about doing this gig, it gives me a chance to interact with all different sorts of voices. And that sort of background, it really helps when you come to something like Michael, because every one of his songs is different. One's a big gospel choir kind of vibe, and one is a tight, youngish sound. You have to dig the parts out. You have to find out what they are. There are only 4 of us, and Michael does very thick, very tight harmonies. I mean, he might have 6, he might have 7, he might have 8 notes on a group part. So what we've got to do is we've got to dig out the best 4 notes that represent the CD version. So we're just sorting it all out. We're finding out who sounds best on which part. On one song, Ken Stacy's up on top, way high, up on the girl's part. And on another song, Judith Hill is on the bottom, and the 3 boys are above her in terms of notes. Sometimes Judith is on top, sometimes Daryl is, sometimes I am. So we have to sort out which blend is best for which song.
The thing I love about MJ, though, he knows all of his vocal parts. He knows all of the background parts that he did pretty much basically all himself.
No, that's a voice. That's my voice. But it's layered. It's 2 tracks. It's my voice of myself.
He still remembers all the rhythms, all the notes, all the intervals, all the everything. So when he hears something that's not right, he can tell me exactly what it is.
At least 2 or 3 times a tour, he turns around and he goes, that's not right. Those aren't the best notes. So he'll go, I need to hear that. Because that's what he needs to hear to go on, to make the song feed him.
Do you want to try it? All right, good. Okay.
So we're just trying to make it the best that it can be and do the best Michael Jackson imitation that we can.
Michael likes to do a lot of repetition of the show. Repetition until by the time that you get on the stage, the show is in your body. Daily, as you keep running the whole show, you start to begin to become the character that you are in the show, and that's really something special about working with Michael.
Michael Jackson's show is more like theater than it is anything else.
The whole big thing, and then I just thought that they would be doing their backup part, moving up and just add another dimension.
Okay, I thought it was prior to their vote.
The tour that I was on before, we did a little bit of the costume and the whole parade, but nothing like this. This is just like extravagant.
My job has always been to stand up and sing, and I never would have imagined having to incorporate acting and body movement, all the different things that are incorporated into conveying this extraordinary vision.
You know, you gotta kind of act out certain characters. I mean, you kind of get to do a little bit of all that you can do.
It's challenging, but also it's one of those things where you are afforded the opportunity to grow in ways you didn't know you could or ever think that you would.
Special to me is get somebody like Michael who has what is probably the largest platform you could have to speak to people on this planet. And to put out a message to people that make people want to be better, I think that's what I really like the most about being a part of this.
I don't see it as just a tour of Michael. This is something larger than all of us.
It's really, really cool working with people that have just great energy. The blend is great, you know, and they have such a good reputation in the business, all of them, and so it's just great to just work alongside with them.
The great thing about this group is everybody's going in the same direction, because it's about more than having the ability to sing. It's about more than having the ability to harmonize or blend. When all those spirits are together, it really makes for great music, and that's one of the things we have with this band.